Thiessen, a Fox News contributor, American Enterprise Institute fellow, and Marc, good morning.
Good morning, Bill.
You heard the clip from Trey Gowdy. He was here last hour. He comes back to the whole, well, he will not tell us whether or not, wow, that went down the wrong column.
Hope you're all right.
What he will insist, though, is that he wants to know what the FBI did with the information, whether it's true or not. Go ahead and start there.
Yeah, well, we do need to know what the FBI did with the information. We also need to get those bank records because I think what we would find if we get those bank records is that Fusion GPS is a firm that has deep links to the Putin regime and to the Putin-linked Russian oligarchs. So, in addition to being hired by Hillary Clinton to do this dossier, Veselnitskaya hired Fusion GPS to try and repeal something called the Magnitsky Act. Sergei Magnitsky is a Russian lawyer who uncovered massive tax fraud by Putin-linked oligarchs in Russia and was murdered in a Russian prison. And so his boss, William Browder, worked here in Congress to pass the Magnitsky Act, which put sanctions on these Russian oligarchs and people who were involved in his murder and who benefited from the tax fraud. And Fusion GPS was hired by Putin-linked oligarchs through Veselnitskaya to smear Sergei Magnitsky, to dig up dirt on him, and to accuse him of being involved in the tax fraud in that place. So the question is, why was Hillary Clinton hiring the same Putin-linked firm to smear Donald Trump that Putin-linked oligarchs hired to smear Sergei Magnitsky? There's a lot of Russia collusion going on here.
I need a flow chart to follow everything you just said.
Sorry.
And I applaud the great intellect of your mind, but I think I can cut through it and ask you a simple question. Are we any closer to understanding this now or not?
We don't know what he said. Hopefully we are, but what will really bring us closer is if we get those bank records, because we wanted it's always, Woodward and Bernstein, follow the money.
Indeed. I want to talk about taxes quickly here, because you have a lot to say about this, and I just want to paraphrase what you say. Four words no American should ever be able to utter. Republicans raised my taxes.
Yes, absolutely.
Do you see that in play right now on this tax bill?
Well, it's interesting. So you just had Marc Short on, and also Paul Ryan was on last night. And what they say is the average American will get in every bracket, the average person in every bracket will get a tax cut. They will not say what George W. Bush said in 2001 when we were passing tax cuts, tax relief in the Bush administration. George Bush went on the stump and he was able to say every American will get a tax cut. And that's the problem they're facing right now, is that a lot of Americans think that this plan is going to raise their taxes. Some of them are wrong because they haven't figured out that, look, you're going to get doubling of the standard deduction, your rates are going to go down. If you have a child, you'll get more of a child tax credit. So you may come out better under this thing, but some Americans, including Trump voters and Republicans, may not come out better. And that is going to be a big problem for them going forward. They have to explain to Americans, we have to find out first who is not going to benefit, who are we raising taxes on, and explain to the Americans who aren't getting their taxes raised why that's the case.
You say tax reform is difficult. Tax relief is okay.
Yeah,
meaning it's easy because everybody understands what they're getting back. I've got to run, but listen, you choke me up every time. Marc Thiessen, thank you, sir. You bet.
All right, I'll get you some water next.
Thank you.